Welcome back to What Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. This is the Lorraine 15550. It's the Tier 7 French SPG. It's located on the north spawn of Malinovka Encounter, and it's under the command of llol97 of the TRACH clan. Well, that's one mark of excellence on the barrel of that 155mm howitzer. This is one of the Artys that was actually designed and made off the Lorraine 40-ton tank chassis, but as they didn't build the Lorraine 40-ton tank in the end, I'm afraid none of these Artys actually got made other than the prototypes. Okay, well, he's loading and he's aiming for the hill where the spotters go, because there's bound to be somebody who will go there. Now, it's 155mm, 630 alpha, 40mm of pen, 7.6 meters on the burst radius, 11 seconds to 22 seconds of stun. And he does get some stun on the Skoda T50 that was spotted there, but only a minimal amount. Now, as the name describes, 15550, it was actually designed in 1950, and the other one, the Tier 8 one, was designed in 1951. It's a fairly quick reload, well, for a 155mm. Aiming for the 53 TP, gets a direct hit. Nice one, 289 off that one. Now, the standard reload is 28.57 seconds. And you can see llol97's got 24.73, so that means he's knocked 4 seconds off the reload time. And he's got two tanks together there, and that's always an invitation to fire around in at them. And he hit two tanks, but we only see damage for one of them, the 53 TP, because the 4502A wasn't spotted at the time, but I bet you he did take damage. He's very careful on his target selection. Got to hit something that you can actually make a benefit from. That landed short. We're not absolutely certain that it would have done damage, but I think it's more likely. It's the BZ58 who would have taken the splash. And at the moment you can see he is tracked because we've got two Artys on our team, and the other Arty on our team managed to get a hit. GW Tiger. Tier 9 game with Tier 7 tanks. He's bottom tier, but the good news about that is that he gets 20% extra if he hits a Tier 9 with his shot. 20% extra XP. Two targets. BZ58 up there. Now, the BZ58 is a Tier 8 tank. He is taking damage. And alongside him is the 4502A, and that is also Tier 8. So you get 10% extra for hitting them. Okay, they've moved forward just a little bit. Rounds out on the 4502, and it does land right next door to him, but that splash probably would have hit the BZ58 as well. Now, somebody actually commented about a while back about the picture going in and out all the time. That's not down to the player or down to me. It's actually down to Aslains mods. Oh, unfortunately, that hits the wreck. It's actually Aslains mods, because the battle assistant they actually put into Aslains mods, which is more stable than the wargaming one, because the wargaming one wants to try and leap you into the sky sometimes with its view. It means that when it defaults and goes straight back when he changes his view, it defaults to the close-in version. And that's a direct hit on the Vipera, but it was on his frontal armor, which is the strongest. And when it defaults to its zoom view, you're just too close to the target to see everything that's going on around you. So you have to press the G key to zoom out. Now, you saw there I pressed the G key and it zoomed in instead. Okay, we can see the BZ-58 still in the game, but that's a direct hit for 238. Unfortunately, we lost the AMX M449 Liberté there. He was on the second level of the top of the hill. So, nobody in sight up the top of the hill. And if we're looking, the Vipera on our team is actually near the church, the ruined church. And so he's the next one who's going to spot the enemy as they come down the hill. The good news about this, Arty, is it's relatively fast. If we need to relocate, we can do 60 kilometers an hour when we do so. The Vipera is moving to actually try and spot. So the enemy have got the BZ-58 and the Vipera, but they may try to charge down the hill as quickly as they can to get into the tree line. At the moment, we're actually looking for a T-95. We found him. Let's see if he can get damage. Rounds out. Looks good. Direct hit in his rear. 211. 497 stun assist from that shot alone. That's a huge win there. And we can now see that the Vipera is still up there, but he hasn't come down the hill. He's actually sitting on the edge of the cliff, and now he's decided to go down the side of it. He was a bit vulnerable while he was up there. In fact, he's just taken hits. Oh, and that's another one from LOL. He managed to get a hit in there for 218. His was the last shell to arrive, so the others benefited from the stun assist. There's the BZ-58. He should be the next target. He's side onto us at the moment, but he's gone. The kill shot went to the ISU-152. And the Vipera goes just as our shell fires in. And so, unfortunately, we don't get anything from that one. Now, you get 28 rounds of ammunition with the 15550. And we're about to run out of HE shells, but we do have some other shells, the extra HE. Found the M53, M55 on the enemy team. That's tier 9, so 20% extra XP. Fires around him, but it lands short. But the good news is we've spotted the 87, or rather somebody else has, and now we're going to go after him. Last round of standard stun HE. I think that's a little too far forward, but he fires it in anyway. The 87 was backing off just as he was lining that one up. The scores are even on this one so far. So we've both got 5 tanks left. There's the 87, so he did back up a little way, but he has gone. And that now gives our team the opportunity to actually move. And in fact, if I was in that Arty right now, I'd be moving to get close to the Vipera on our team, who is actually already being hit by Arty. The enemy Arty are focusing on him, both the M53 and their GW Panther. The reason for that I get close to him is because not only can he protect me, but also to get closer means that you're going to get quicker shots on the enemy and less chance that the enemy is going to be able to avoid the shell. We're looking in the general region where we think the enemy Arty is, and you should be looking just ahead of your teammate's view range, because he's going to spot them first at his maximum view range. And then when he does, that's when you put the shell in. And he's found the Ho-Ri too. We fire around in, and it does do some damage, 189, but we did stun the Batchat 25T AP. And as a result of that, and it looks like the enemy Arty is now trying to counter battery and actually aim for the GW Tiger, not us. Okay, we can see the M53, M55 trying to make a run for it. We're not loaded, but we will be momentarily. Lines up, rounds out, looks good. Oh, he killed him with one shot. Oh. Well, the Skoda managed to kill us. And that was another reason for us to be with the Vipera. But we got a kill shot on the move for the M53, M55. The Skoda is the last enemy tank. And it looks like the ISU-152K on it's not the K version. The ISU-152, the tech tree version, is going after the Skoda. And what he should be doing, instead of going after the Skoda, he should be heading to the cap with his teammates to force the enemy to come to him. And in fact, actually, he derps the Skoda, and the game is over. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was the first class tank for llol97 of the TRACH clan in the Lorraine 15550. He managed to get a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 9. And he got a Confederate as well for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. At least 6 tanks subsequently taken up by teammates. In fact, the only tank he actually killed in the game was the M53, M55 with that incredible blind shot. Because it was a blind shot by the time the shell actually hit the enemy M53 and 55 and wiped him out completely. So he gave more than enough lead, just enough actually to make it work, and it struck the target and was devastating. The win rate for that game, 3,494, which is Super Unicum standard. I should explain that the reason why I thought it would be a bit of a mistake for the ISU 152 to go after the Skoda was that if the Skoda managed to wipe him out, it actually made it 2-on-1 with our guys in the cap area. And that might have been a bit dicey. Whereas if he'd actually gone straight to the cap, then it would have forced the Skoda to come to them. And then they would have had chances to get the Batchat out there to try and find the Skoda and snipe at him whilst the tank destroyers capped in the cap forced him to take shots at them. Anyway, that was my reasoning. Obviously, it didn't work out that way because the ISU 152 driver was more than capable of taking down the Skoda. Let's have a look at the team score. Well, the highest damage in this one actually goes to the Vipera on the enemy team with 3,227 hit points. Second highest damage goes to the Liberté, the AMX M449. He managed 2,560. And the third highest damage, well, that was the CC1 Mark II on our team with 2,538. The fourth highest damage was llol97, 2,499 hit points. So he was way up there with the leaders. And he managed to get the Confederate as well. As you saw there, the Skoda that actually killed him got a Pascucci's medal because he killed both the GW and he killed llol97 as well. Yes, so that's what he was after. He wanted the consolation medal for getting the Pascucci's so he could bump up his scores in a losing game. When it came to kills, the high scorers were the Vipera on our team and the Skoda T50 on the enemy team. Both got 4 kills. 3 kills went to the Batchat 25T AP. 2 kills went to the Shaft YouTube 4 and the ISU 152 on our team. And we can see here that llol97 only got the 1 kill. But when it came to base XP, he's actually in 3rd place because the Liberté managed 1,176. The Batchat 25T AP got 1,053. And in 3rd place, we got llol97 with 1,029. And those were the only 3 players who managed to get over 1,000 base in the game. He fired 17 rounds, a decent amount to get a good result. And he did get a good result. 5 direct hits on the enemy, 1 penetrating shot and 14 splash. 2,499 hit points, just 1 hit point short of 2.5 grand. And all of it was at more than 300 meters. He received 2 hits, both were penetrations, so unfortunately nothing he could do. The Skoda T50 autoloader, so he could pump in those rounds very quickly. Not much we could do. 8 enemy vehicles damaged, 1 kill. There's the Confederate. 957 hit points of stun assist off 12 stuns. On a premium count, he actually made a profit of 27,184 credits, and he also took away 7,717 experience points out of it as well, because it was a ×5 weekend, or at least a ×5 day. So a decent first battle gets him a first-class tanker in the Lorraine 15550, but this is not the only game that he actually sent in. So let's have a look at the second replay in the same Arty. In the second battle, we're on the Studzianki map, and we're on the west spawn. Game on! Well, now you can see 2 marks of excellence on the barrel, so obviously llol97 has been practicing a lot, and it is a fun Arty to play, I must admit. That 155mm howitzer, which the French seem to like a lot, actually is quite effective. Okay, ready to go. Well, starting out by having a quick look at the copse or the forest to the north. I think it's more of a copse actually. It's a small wood. But it's always useful to try and get some shots on some of the enemy tanks that go up there right at the start. And we can see an RU-251 has made his way over there and he just got hit. So he's not going to be a happy bunny actually at the moment. Rounds out. Direct hit! Oh, he's going to be even more unhappy now because he just lost another 293 hit points from that shot alone. The reload time has now gone down to 23.01, so he's managed to scratch another second off the reload. Remember before, 28.57, so now it's 4 seconds down. In fact, actually, it's slightly more than 4 seconds, 4.5. He's waiting for the reload to complete, but the Skoda looks to be the next victim because, of course, he's got the 40 TP and the IKV there, but no, he's going to go for the IKV because he's got virtually no armor. And so, yes, it will do a lot of damage from an IKV. Very thin armor on the IKV, but very big gun. Okay, Skoda's decided to move up. So has the other Skoda. Both T56s, the autoloader, the two-shot, is very deadly. Rounds out on him straight away and a nice direct hit. 254. That's going to put him off shooting. And he pulled back. In the meantime, the RU-251's actually been replaced in the North Copse by a T29. Not the normal place for a T29. He does have a little more armor, but rounds out. Just lands behind him, but he did get stunned. Yes, he's actually saying in chat as well, why nobody is shooting stunned enemy. Well, again, I'd say the answer to that is that you need to notify your enemy which ones you want hit. And you do that by pressing the T key. You put the reticule over the target, press the T key, and then this big symbol appears above the target saying, please hit this tank. Normally, the tanks will do that anyway because they say they want support and can you please fire at this target. They expect the other tanks to do it. They don't expect Arty to do it. But if you do actually do that, or if you respond to them requesting fire, then of course it can set up a dialogue. A communication between the Arty and his fellow teammates, and they will normally give you lots of stun assist if they can see the target. It has to be a tank that they can see, not one they can't see, because then they can't fire at it. Now, you can see llol97 zooming around the battlefield, trying to find the next target to fire at. At the moment, most of the enemy he's trying to fire at are in cover, and so he hasn't got a clear target to go for. He's looking up here, but doesn't appear to be anything. Everything down the south is either hiding behind a house or the church. The IKV has just moved into cover, but he might go around that corner, in which case we might be able to get a shot. But no, he's not doing it either. Sometimes this is life telling you, you need to redeploy, go to a new firing position and shoot from there. And he got a direct hit on the M103 there. It may have been a blind shot, but it was actually a direct hit. He did know that the enemy was there, and he put the shell in. Now, redeploying might be the answer. If he was to go all the way down to the south, and I'd say for that needs to go down to at least K1, then he might be able to get shots on the enemy to the north. Or he might be able to shoot at the enemy in the south. But at the moment, he's only got shots on his Kalana, and he's gone. He might be able to hit the VK just a little way to the south. And now he's got this guy, the T29, who's come down from the copse to the north and been replaced by that RU-251 again. Loaded, rounds out, direct hit right on the turret. We do have a teammate in there, but the ELC, unfortunately, is also in that location. And unfortunately, our Progetto goes down, taken out by the VK-4502 on the enemy team. But the T-29 dies as well, so at least there's parity there. With 3 tanks down on the enemy, so things are not so good. Fires into that railway track area in the railway station to try and suppress that Skoda. Okay, he did pop out from behind the wreck he was covering from, but then he changed his mind, pulled back in just as the shell arrived. Okay, the Ju-2 over in the corner there looks a good target because he's very low on hit points. Could be removed with one splash. Rounds out the AMX AC. Direct hit. 309. That was a better selection. The ELC Evan 90 is bombing around the field, but he just ran into the wall of that house and he's full health at the moment. But if this had been back in the days when team damage was capable, he would just wiped himself out there by driving badly. We're 2 down on the enemy now, so we've had improved the position. And that 45 TP's just popped out for a moment, but we just don't have a shell loaded to actually go at him. We've only got 2 rounds of stun HE left, so then we're going to be on to the non-stun HE. We do have the armor-piercing rounds available as well. Oh, that was bad RNG, I'm afraid, because the shells seemed to come in from above and hit the back of that garage area or factory room. Okay, we're loaded again, rounds out straight away. I think he's trying to hit that 45 TP. The guy moved up. There he is. He's on the corner now. You couldn't see that he'd actually moved up, but the Skoda's popped out of his position and then gone straight back in again. The RU-251 to the north just took a direct hit from our RU-251 and he's vulnerable. He's a one-shot. Now Skoda. And the shell goes long. It was a bit snap. He just got tracked and he's fixed his tracks, but he is now one shot. So we're only 1 tank down now. llol97 doesn't have a kill yet, but that could change. Okay, the Skoda moves around the corner, but he's a one shot. Oh! And now he's even more of a one shot now. It's a ram kill. You could kill him, wipe him out with just a nudge. 27 hit points, all he got left. I think it was a bit bad RNG to have that happen. Well, it's all turned around now because we're 2 tanks ahead of the enemy. They lost a lot of tanks down in the south. We're also way up on hit points as well. So it looks like the enemy just sort of like fell apart and lost so many tanks all at once. Well, there's their Arty, just been spotted near their cap area. Ramps out on him. He side onto us. Oh! Unfortunately, he goes down to our IS-2, but that possibly would have been a splash kill. The Jagdpanther 2. Let's see if we can get a shot. We're still not loaded. He might go down. He has gone down. There's only 1 enemy left. It's the ELC Evan 90, and he could be on our back door momentarily. And he's probably coming after us, but in actual fact, he's way down in the south at the moment. And this is where our top speed of 60 kilometers an hour can really come as an advantage. The best thing to do under these circumstances where you can see an enemy tank coming for you is to actually head to your teammates, because if you're not sure of getting a shotgun, your teammates can probably save you by giving that guy a coup d'etat. Coup de grace. Coup d'etat is what's happening somewhere in the world right now. Or is it? You never know. Well, the ELC, I think, will be coming up that bush line. Here he is. Hello! Came to try and find us, but he didn't find us. But he's about to find a shotgun. No, that didn't work. He tried a ram kill. And he did get damage from ramming, but it's the Bisonte that plates the kill. Well, that was an interesting ending to that battle. I think, locking on by auto aim usually does help to get the howitzer down so you can actually shoot. But the ELC is so small, it actually goes below the howitzer. And under those circumstances, you can't really do much except ram them and hope that it's enough to actually kill them. Sometimes the Lorraine 15550 might be able to roll over the top of an ELC, but you don't want the ELC to get behind you, because if he does, he'll probably finish you off. That was the first ace tanker for llol97 of the TRACH clan in the Lorraine 15550. Congratulations on breaking your duck. You saw a first class in the first replay, and now he's got the ace tanker. Took about a few weeks of work, but he got there. He also got a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 9. And he got a Confederate as well for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. His win rate was actually smaller on this one, 2,696, which is Unicum standard, not Super Unicum. But I think he did have a lot of problems because his teammates weren't giving him much in the way of targets to actually shoot at. And when he did try to shoot at them, the enemy were being very crafty and avoiding a lot of fire. So relocating really was the only way to actually change or increase the number of opportunities you had to hit the enemy. But yes, in this game, llol didn't do that, but it still worked out for him in getting that ace tanker. We look at the team scores, we can see the highest damage in the game turned out to be the RU251 on our team. We got a high caliber for 5,678 hit points of damage. Second highest damage went to the Skoda T56 on the enemy team, 3,061. And the third highest damage went to the E75 on our team, who actually ended up with 2,596. llol97 got 2,348 in that game, which actually puts him in 6th place on damage because there were 2 members of the enemy team above him, 3 on his own, so that's 6th. When it came to kills, though, the high scorer was the RU251, 5 kills to him, 4 kills to the E75 and the Bisonte, and on the enemy team, the VK4502A got 3 kills as well. When it came to llol97, didn't get a single kill in the game, but on the other side of the coin, he did get 2nd place on base XP because the RU251 managed 1,596 base experience points. And yes, llol97 got 1,061, with the E75 getting 1,047. They were the only 3 players who managed to get over 1,000 base in the game. He fired 18 rounds, got 6 direct hits on the enemy. None of them penetrated, but he did get 15 splash. Damage, 2,348 hit points, of which 2,033 were at more than 300 meters. So only the ELC was the one that was close enough. 9 enemy vehicles damaged, none killed, but he did get 292 hit points of damage assist and 1,663 hit points of stun assist off 13 stuns. I think the damage assist, by the way, was spotting because, of course, he was spotting the ELC when he was taken out by the Bisonte C45. He received a profit of 16,545 credits on a premium account. And he also took away 2,387 experience points. But the best thing is he's got his first ace tanker in this vehicle. And of course, now he'll be getting more as he works up to the 3rd mark. 2 marks up already. 3rd mark shouldn't be far off. I hope you enjoyed both of those replays. If you did, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.